Hey everyone, welcome to this channel. Today we're going to write our first SAS program. We're going to use a simple text file. We will read the text file, create a SAS dataset, and do some kind of reporting. So let's begin. I recommend that you guys just follow the video, and if you guys have SAS already installed on your machine, it'll be very wise if you um, write the code along with me. So let's begin. Let's write our first comment. Comments are written as /star. This is a comment in SAS. That's how I write a comment. So I have a text file which I've saved in my C drive in SAS learning, and it's called as fruits. There it is, fruits. So I'm going to open this text file. So you can see that this text file contains name of the fruit, the code associated with the fruit. This is the number of days to germinate. This field over here is the, I think it is the number of seeds for that fruit, and this is the cost of the seed. So let's use SAS to read this text file. I'm going to say, I'm going to use the data keyword. I'm going to name it as fruits, and then I'm going to just indent. I'm going to use the infile statement. The infile statement is used to read the text file or any file. And then I'm going to go here, I'm going to give the path and wait /fruits dot txt, close it, add a semicolon. Every SAS statement ends with a semicolon, so make sure you add a semicolon. Then I'm going to write input statement, and I'm going to input the names of the variables. The first one was fruit name. Since that is a character variable, we're going to add a $sign after that. Then we're going to write the second variable, which is code. Again, since code has a character, it's going to be a character variable, so I'm going to add a $sign after that. Then I have the number of days to germinate, which is a numerical variable, so I don't add $sign. Then I have the number of seeds, which is again a numerical variable. Then I have a cost, and write semicolon. And then I'm going to create a field which is called as cost per seed, which I'm going to assign a value of number of seeds. It will be cost divided by the number of seeds. Right, that will be cost per seed. A semicolon, and then I'm going to run this statement. So let's see what this stands to here. I'm going to submit this, and it's created 8 records, which it read from this text file, and it has 6 variables. So notice that you created a new variable. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because of this assignment statement, we have created a sixth variable. Let's go and check out our SAS dataset. We go to libraries, we go to work. Since this is a temporary dataset, we've saved it in the work library. If I open fruits, notice that SAS is opening a view table and it's called as fruits, and it's calculated cost per seed, which we had created a new variable which was cost per seed. So cost per seed for Apple, having a code of 42104-A is 55 divided by 30, which is 1.833. So this is new variable that we've created. Let's move further along and try to use proc frequency. Let's generate some report. Okay, so let's generate a proc frequency count. Let's generate a frequency count of the fruits. So what I need to know is how many times apple is appearing in this data, how many times a banana is appearing, how many times is an orange appearing, and so on and so forth. So for that, I'm going to say proc frequency data is equal to fruits semicolon, and then we're going to use a tables statement, and we're going to say tables fruit name, because that's where we need to find out the frequency count, and then we're going to say run. So this statement pretty much is going to give us the frequency. Oops, I didn't run the statement correctly, so I'm going to run it. I'm going to submit it. So it's running now, and here we see that apple appears twice, banana appears twice, mango appears once, and orange appears 3 times. This field over here gives me the percentage of apple in the data. So the apple appears 25% in the data, orange appears 37.5% in the data. This is the cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency will be if here the frequency of apple is 2, cumulative frequency is 2. For banana, its frequency is 2, but the cumulative frequency will be the addition of the frequency of apple and the frequency of banana. And similarly, you keep on adding the frequency of the new fruit name to the old fruit name, and then you get to find the cumulative frequency is 8, which is nothing but 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3, which is 8. And then have your cumulative percentage, which again starts with apple, which is 25%, and then so on and so forth. You add for all the fruits, it goes to 100%. Now let's do something interesting. Our data set is here in the view table. Now we're going to let's find the averages of the number of days to germinate, and also find the average cost of each fruit. So for that, I'm going to use proc means data is equal to fruits semicolon. Here I'm going to use the var statement. So for which variables I need the average? For the number of days to germinate, add a space, and the cost, and a semicolon, and I say run. And I'm going to run this statement. Oops, got to select this correctly, and I'm going to say run. Oops, I didn't select it correctly, I'm sorry. Select this and say run. So what SAS is doing here is it is telling me the mean of number of days to germinate is 49.5, The total number of observations is 8. So it found out the mean based on 8 observations. It found out the cost based on 8 observations. So the average cost of the fruit is 69.75. The average days to germinate is 49.5. It also gives you a standard deviation for number of days to germinate, which is 22.5. Standard deviation for cost is 55.3. The minimum number of days to germinate is 28. Maximum is 100. So who has minimum, which is 28? I think the banana fruit has minimum days to germinate, which is 28. Maximum 100. The mango has the maximum number of days to germinate. Cost is 200 for, I think it's mangoes. This is 200 for mangoes. And the minimum cost is 25 for, I think, the bananas. So here it is. So bananas have the minimum cost. So we wrote a first SAS program in this lesson, and it's pretty simple. You use proc frequency to find the frequency count. You use proc means to find out the average of the variables. You use a data in file input statement here to read a text file in SAS. Notice that there were no variable names in SAS, so we used the input statement over here to write the variable names into SAS, followed by a dollar sign for character variables. The numerical variables do not have a dollar sign followed by it. We created a new variable here called as cost per seed um, in the data statement. So we find that SAS essentially is a collection of steps. So you have a data step over here, followed by the proc step, followed by a proc step. So SAS consists of data steps and proc steps. The data step starts with a data keyword and ends with a run keyword. The proc step starts with a proc keyword, ends with a run keyword. Um, So that's it for today from me. I hope you've liked this video. I would highly recommend you guys to just start typing this code in your SAS session and try to learn any programming language by actually doing it. That's how you're going to learn, and that's how it's going to remain for a long time in your minds. I wish you all the best, and I'll be releasing more videos. I'll try to release one a day, and so that all of us here learn SAS. Um, that's it. Until then, keep rocking. Bye bye.